Oh, and it doesn't great reading happened. What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Anyways, I just googled who is Cher. Doesn't even the name come up with I have a headache right now. What else? 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 My previous video ended abruptly. I'm bored when I'm financially stable to development and with people ideally for embarrassment, etc. This is so slow. What is this? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. And it was undateable. What else? What else? It doesn't even. It is today. What's 15 money today? What else? 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 The travel to plan and meet people ideally polyamorous. What else? I'm hoping that these people on this screen get the death penalty within 5 to 10 years. I'm talking to FBI in this post. They're legal prostitutes, so gross. Yeah. They steal from me. They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my money. They get in the way of me receiving money. They're disgusting. They rape my crushes, which they don't understand what casual sex is, where one doesn't ruminate about said crush ever. So they go on to offer their services and say, if you're missing Arlene, I'll give you our package. whatever they want to come up with, don't they? So they want to embarrass me because they possibly like farted an entire night, and they're like, "That's the urine package that I offer." They came up with that on their own. They're stupid. They're trying to get in the way of my sex life by stealing from me. They're sex addicts. They're porn addicts. So they're trying to rape me. They possibly raped me before Andrew Suarez. I think that's his name. Drugged me, and so did Yandel at the request of Andrew Suarez decades ago. So I'm seeking the death penalty for Yandel. I'm seeking the death penalty for Andrew Suarez. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And I'm seeking the death penalty for all these people that are on the screen. God, if they raped me. When was this written? What else? What else? What else? What else? Immigrants before. Oh, and the ugly side, those people. They're disgusting. Yeah. These are people of adult age. They're disgusting. Is Bernie Dickerson done queuing them? Oh, in the back of my head and not just showers. Forget she wants to pretend being me so much and stealing my identity, then maybe she should kill all these people that pretend to be me too, and herself afterwards. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I missed it. I missed it. Money or shop, but didn't get on tomorrow. Ugh, the Centers for Disease Control Prevention. Yeah, they're like a walking STD, those people in that picture. Loneliness is associated with an increased risk of dementia, according to the World Health Organization, which is why I stay active with myself while I'm poor. Heart disease and stroke has the equivalent mortality rate to smoking 15 cigarettes per day. Loneliness is literally killing us. Look at those people in that picture. They're disgusting. They're sex addicts. They're porn addicts. They're so gross. They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles and get in the way of me receiving them. That were your profile to write a book, or that's a different Andrew. What else? 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 I don't know. Have I read this already? Imagine a new world. Oh, I get myself some coffee and a snack. or me on my own kitchen. I love reading just for fun. I practice what I preach, and while I'm bored, I just love reading about what I practice with, what I what I preach, what I practice. These come buckets of kettle season, illegal prostitutes, possibly read something like this and then read them piercing. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Who's gifting me money today? I'm gonna check my email inboxes to see if anyone has gifted me money. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm no longer speech impaired. Thank you, Yuti. What else? There's some lovely burgers there. What else was there? What else was there? H&M. What else is there? I'm bored. What else? Oh wait, I the New York. There. Oh, did I wait almost the time that I only had in the went on in my head? I feel relaxed and I didn't listen to the song. And I'm like, okay, back to reading. No, I wish everyone keeps true to their word and is on. Look at them, they're cheating on me. They don't know how to gauge intelligence. They're stupid. What else? 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 I'm bored. Look at Albert cheating on me. Is what they think that I'm gonna be saying. They wanna make me look stupider than what they are. They're that stupid. I said that decades ago. I'm fed up with it. If I were Judge Judy, I would kill them right now, the death penalty. For stealing from me, for stealing from Jaden, for stealing from King On. What else? That sounds like Andra. The fuckboy forest, the dating utopia, the ghost island. Here's their courtship climb. Steals one money so one can't date him. Feels first days. Faked all of them. Drug me. And took pictures of it so that people don't go and kill him and label him a rapist. Like if men that are in a relationship, there's relationship, right? There's domestic violence. That's even worse. It's like, dude, you don't want a rape count, so you want domestic violence? That's just brought to you. Which I plan to remove with a healthy diet, hopefully. If not, I may get surgery, but I don't want to because they may leave like some there. I don't know. Ideally, diet and exercise and very much hydration. What else? What else? What else? They want me to get cancer and they want to offer who will bathe me porque no se matan. Antes de tocarme, yo prefiero que se maten, se corten las manos. These come back accusations of Kerosidad, a illegal prostitute, may have participated illegally. He may have drugged me, and then they were all there pretending to satisfy me, and then they want to lure me in behind the scenes by stealing my money, by staying in my homes, by stealing my vehicles. So I feel like, wow, what embarrassment you are that I don't even want to be in this planet. I already put in my 5 to 10 year notice. That's my 5 to 10 year notice. And so on. That was yesterday. So what else do I need to do? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? A court may decide 3, not at all. I'm not into their rehabilitation ever, anyways. So I don't need to care. I put in my 5 to 10 year notes. What else? 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 Who's gifting me money? I want to order food from Uber Eats. And I don't know. And what if the library's closing at 6? Can I use that one order? Where, where can I check if it'll go to the I have to use that once? Can't remember. Or that would be so sad if I have $15 that I haven't used. But I think I deposit. I hate like being this tired. Or some of this is let read a book at the library. Because it says, we know you wouldn't be here if you deep down didn't want to find love. You wouldn't be here unless you wanted to break through all this state and be fully seen in him. That's their way of life. Speak. Thought process. One of you would be like, bitch, my college professor asked me to read this. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I want a Madeleine or from Luna Rosa delivered to my apartment today. Yeah, siya ba isang today? Or Chipotle is always good. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of your ceremony. Los inseparables de ser, okay, bullies, asquerosidades. You stay here all together. So that if after you, it's like you give yourself the opportunity to rehabilitate yourself, each other. If after you become an adult, you're still this disgusting, I'm thinking that that was why I was at la escuela Dr. Juan Besoto, possibly sanitary free. They didn't rehabilitate themselves. What else? What else? Or each other? What else? Because seriously, my dad sent me to schools. I killed them already. I hope you call to clean up the bodies and power wash. Like they don't rehabilitate themselves as adults. Like, oh my god. Believes in rehabilitation does understand that they just don't. Once they pick the leash life, they don't want to get out of it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Where was I reading this? I'm gonna shop at La Cantera tomorrow. Maybe Nordstrom, maybe Macy's. Yes. And Mac. What did I see? London today. What else? What else? We're getting Tinder and Bumble when I'm financially stable. I don't need a coach. He spent how much of my money? These comeback acquisition asquerosidades. Trying to get them to turn me into a legal prostitute because it would be so much easier for him to rape me if I used drugs or got drunk. They're disgusting. They're so gross. I wish them all happy marriages. They're gonna end up possibly faking for the next 5 to 10 years, being married to each other. So any video or pictures that there's out there of them raping each other, well, David Ledesma found in my vagina pictures, seem legit. That gets added to the FBI's 5 to 10 year. Will they rehabilitate themselves, or did we already push in the paperwork to get them killed in 5 to 10 years for abusing her and for abusing Jaden and abusing Kimberly? Ooh, they're returning to Amazon. That sounds exciting. What else? Beware. What else? 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 Data is going on here. What else? 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 I'm bored. What else? In the meantime, just so that people stop talking about him, did he achieve his way into life as being known as gross? It's like, so now Gross is showing a model and saying, look, I'm the greatest of all times. And he's gross. Hilarious how he today is like, she's the one that looks gross with Santa Lasso. That's exactly his modus operandi of raping and hurting people and killing people. He ain't that pretty either. So, what else? What else? What else? What else? So, what was I saying? That's some shit. Oh, Gross goes around saying to the guys, esta es mi modelo de café. Dale, chicas, enséñame las fotos que tienen tomando café, porque Arlene tiene Santa Lama is a bad example for people for promocionar café. Él no entiende de marketing, no entiende nada. Es bruto, una asquerosidad. Fo. In the meantime, when I'm financially stable, I plan to travel with fun and meet people ideally polyamorous. I'm excited about that. Anyways, look at me. I'm reading a book. I'm so smart. New as a brunch. Right, Julie? Your own branding, your own personal touch that made you value the people you were meeting or before you were just casual sex and heavy. And now I'm like taking this serious. Possibly. When I'm financially stable and casual sex only for the most part. So I plan to travel, plan and meet people idea. Who's gifting me money? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate my siblings that embarrassed me. Ew. Then they go on like, oh, she was so cute when she fell in love at 2. That was just a one orgy, and they carry that with a badge just to try to turn me into incompetent Arlene that doesn't even know how to check out a book at the library. So they violate my rights. They're stupid. Dude, I just met it at an orgy. Dang, it lives like it owns me. So stupid. Victim of that shit. Literally. Ew, 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 ew. Someone give me money right away. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Where was I with this? Men were finally exploring polyamory. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo that tries to take me hostage so that she's seen as desirable. She's disgusting. Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo is trying to rape me. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo is disgusting. He hires illegal prostitutes that pretend to be me. Ew, 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 ew. Guess this applies to prostitutes that are illegal to my siblings. What else are disgusting? You can decapitate all those people in that picture. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of receiving money. I'm no longer speech impaired. When I am financially stable, I plan to travel planet and meet people ideal for your listening. What else? One more. Electric future delayed. So like, what happened to my electricity bill? I don't want to keep sharing on Facebook today because I don't want to be blocked. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Anyways, I'm using the restroom. Maybe I'll read some more of this introduction. What else? What else? One always assumes that there's more androids in the planet. If it were basura bella asquerosidad that he's been raping for more than 30 years, having stolen my money, got in the way of me receiving money, and destroying people's lives. Well, whatever. I don't. To me, like Andrew could be like any Andrew in this book, and I think I've read this as a manuscript before. So those asquerosidades of common bucket acquisition. Discovandare ahora tengo una amiga from la perspectiva de un hombre. That's not a man. Una chica debe llamar a un hombre luego de las 12 o contestarle un texto luego de las 3 de la mañana. And they plan to scream at me had I talked to them. And be like, ahora no le puedes hablar después de las 12. Huh? They think that they've set the rules of dating. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're illegal prostitutes. They're killers. They're serial killers. Killing for cornflakes and Fruit Loops. For real. And cheese. What else did they kill for? Spam is if it is to put a salchicha carmela, Nesquik. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, when my vagina is wet, I plan to travel apart and meet people ideally polyamorous. So excited. I miss dating. I miss getting money in the meantime. I love dating money. What else? What else? What else? What else? Sometimes they do. They're like, that wasn't actually Julie Kravchuk and Juju. They played. They paid people to pretend that they wrote the book, and it's actually one of these asquerosidades in the fiction. That they're like, well, my problems with Andrew were this. What else? 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 I want food today, not money. Oh, I'm heading over to HEB to buy bread. I have like $2 in my bank account. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. So they're aiming for the one they just killed Vladimir, and they're trying that I faint or have a heart attack or that I get killed by someone. Because I have never seen that. Like a mother and a daughter dying around the same time. Still? Ew, they're disgusting. They're so gross. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Because I'm getting sliced bread at HEB, so I don't die this weekend. My food stamps get deposited on Sunday. Right? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Anyways, we interview thousands of people. Sound like this asquerosidad to be like, oh, I'm so busy, I can't help Evelyn wash Gloria Mirza. Or pay for a massage therapist and everything that Gloria Mirza needs with the money that I steal from Arlene. I'm too busy interviewing people. I'm working on a project. Yeah, they're disgusting. They're so cliche with their views, so rude. They don't know how to gauge intelligence. They thought that I would talk to them. Ew. What else? What else? I'm bored. On the website on HEB one can on HEB.com one can only buy bananas by the bunch now. Prepare myself emotionally. I don't have $2 to shop by HEB. I'm bored. I'm bored. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that's trying to rape me. You can decapitate everyone that's raped me. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that illegally prostitutes themselves as me, or whoever it is may fall into that category, possibly based on what I witnessed decades ago. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. They're all after my vagina pictures. Are disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'll read this later. Right. Money orders don't work. What if I take it to the service area? I can't remember what to do. I don't want to have like $600 of food and not be able to use them. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate all these females that possibly suck for his dick illegally, enticing him to rape me. They do that. They're disgusting. They're so gross. I'm so bored. What else? I want grapes tomorrow, maybe, or Sunday when I got my first time. So I don't know if I ever seen them. What else? What else? Oh, are they like, wait until she realizes that Ginny Gendaliz has that picture of her as a profile picture? That my profile picture is like me with my 2 kids. That there at least pictures like that. Wait until she realizes that Jesse's pictures like that. Huh? You can decapitate me having sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money. They're stupid. They're so gross. They're disgusting. Ew, son una basura. Don't ever want that near me. It's drug me. It's rape me. No sirve para nada. Es una basura asquerosidad. You can decapitate all these that get in the way of me receiving money, that go on pretending to be me with these cum bucket seekers asquerosidad. Ew, ew, ew. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Oh, there's my bunny pre-R. What is so cute? What else? Oh, it's like a photo though. What else? What else? What else? Oh, that's cute. I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people I do. Who's gifting me money? Oh, her list is possibly like she's not gonna seek the death penalty for me. That type of stuff. I'm dating like Maria Ruiza, the privacy learn more, Cristal, and con una jeva like that. Deja que Arlene se entere. Arlene's not gonna me. Nadie le enseñó a ser hombre, va. O es pobre. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Jimmy Gentilides Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Marilis Echevarria Gonzalez. This said to me that it's so easy to rape Jorge Aviles and Richie Hill. They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. They get in the way of me receiving money, and they steal my money to rape my crushes. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're stupid. What else? Anyways, I already put in my 5 to 10 year notice to the FBI that I'm seeking the death penalty for these people, and I have to give them as a victim. Like, when do I expect for it to? And because I believe in vacations, and I don't want the FBI to stress because they possibly need to transfer them to a certain place or fill out paperwork. I don't know how the entire process takes from start to finish. So I'm like, I imagine 5 to 10 years, and I'm not rushing. It could be 11, and I won't be stressing about it. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Are those mine? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? I'm hungry. I'm hungry right now. Like, I want pizza. Message this account a while back. What else? May 16th. When was the like last week? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Who follows Kyle? Fit legend. What else? Oh, it's gonna be outrage of me saying, well, I'm seeking the death penalty for these people that steal from me, that get in the way of me receiving money, that steal my money, that steal my vehicles. And I'm hoping that they get the death penalty in 5 to 10 years, if that's how long it takes for the FBI, for those people having abused me and abused Jaden and abused Keglani. What else? 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 They're delusional. What? Or Jade and Kehlani were born. Some of these lichas asquerosidad have been trying to rape Jade and Kehlani. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? No coffee. I shop H&M today. Money in the shop. Foot Locker maybe at the shops at River Center. I would type that wrong. So, what was I gonna say though? At Foot Locker, I wanna eat a foot shower and I just wanna vomit out of seeing all so many meat. There's a pot belly there. That's interesting. What else? What else? What else? I love the grilled cheese at Starbucks. There's Victoria's Secret for all of us pussies, is what some people say. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? Bored. I'm bored. What else? So I purposely missed for having less to introduce you to my friends that are in lingerie. Ew, 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 ew. They're so gross. Embarrassing. What else? What else? What else? What else? What is it that I was gonna search for? Anyways, I'm excited. I checked out Fun Vegan Painted people. Or they're already on probation, some of them, possibly. I'm not a part of the rehabilitation, so I wouldn't ever go on to find out. What else? What else? What else? Ew, Taishna and Jordan are rape babies. Que asco. I'm a stain, mommy. You can decapitate everyone that's raped Jorge Aviles. Gloria's mother, she was raping. What else? 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 I'm bored. Not bored. Esa tipa tan puerca, if that's her. She showed up in my parents' home decades ago. Saved by Albert Alexander. Stay away from my man! Like. What else? What else? And then trying to give me a vehicle so that I would take Jorge Aviles out so that she wouldn't have to take him with her to orgies so he wouldn't get raped. I'm like, I'm not your babysitter. Go die already, Nina. Go die already. You're not even a woman. What? Ew, ew, ew. She tried to rape me. And because I rejected her, she said that she would produce. Did she kill the girls? That she would produce a male that was going to be so beautiful that she would have him rape me. For her it turned out to be really pretty. It might not even be her kid. Maybe it was like community convocatory asquerosidad, I've heard. They're like, maybe este con este will produce this. I've heard they do that. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? That was decades ago. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous men. Who is for real following? Lego? Who follows Lego? What are some Legos? You can decapitate Cyrus Peña, so people on narco traffic me into poverty, trying to rape me. All of Cyrus Peña's supporters, possibly behind the scenes. They're disgusting. What for? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous. My apartment and buy bread, so I will start today. They want to try to humiliate me and say, these people are nosy, they're disgusting. Try to steal Jane and Kaylani from me based on if they gave Edgar more money. They want to compare trust. Dio más dinero a Edgar del que tu mamá le dio a Edgar para daycare. You can decapitate everyone. They think that well, Jaden and Kaylani are with Edgar as long as they're disgusting. They thought that I would occupy my time with like Felicio and Chromebook, shift control, Friday, kids. and be like, ha, you can't be with his kids like I do. They're saying, with loving.com. Oh, here, later, apartment was there. Take your little hands out of here because so is up there on the floor. What a waste of time. Your family of order invited. What else? What else? What else? What else? This portion of the system, you know. Y si me llevaste comprante, mamá, el pene. And it says in my home stuff on my permission skills, my vehicle gets in the way of your salmon. You can the capital and having sort of sense systems, now right, you still my money, you can get in the way of your salmon money. So the person that's here, did I already say that? I'm sorry, I don't remember. Did he bring me to this library with her? I said, you're going to be a slave because she wouldn't even over or down to plug in her phone to charge. And you did. And lady is like Barbie that never bends. Does he pay her so she rooms around? So she reminds me of him, so I call him to service my vagina. He's disgusting. He is disgusting. You can decapitate them, they get in the way of everything. They're not men, they're disgusting. They are retaliating against me for me not having taken them out on a date, so they mistreat me and label me. And what else? 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 Else? My money, so I can't. It's bitter. It's so bad. You can decapitate them. How many systems are right in the ceiling? Who they get in the way of your ceiling? This is from the sunshine. One of my financial stable focus hour for many people jump announcement. Oh, I love this thing. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm still running. You can the cafeteria one of those for you to be separated from me. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? 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 You can the cafeteria run this money so I can eat food. You can the cafeteria run this money so I can do the process for myself and I won't do the process. Haven't been ever, won't ever be. They had Jorge Aviles rape me, trying to blame me of being an illegal prostitute. They had David Ledesma rape me, trying to tell me that I'm an illegal prostitute. I'm not. I've been laughing at them every day for like the past 5 years specifically. Every time they enter Facebook. What else? What else? What else? I'm, I'm bored. Él se cree que yo comparo vidas de la gente. Él es bruto, no sabe ese nombre. ¿Cómo? What else? What else? What else? He wants to fake having a relationship with me so that people aren't as obvious outraged that he has Tomando Suarez in my home and that they steal my vehicles and they get in the way of me receiving money because that's their aunt. I won't ever pursue it to cover up that he fucks his aunt. You're stupid. They're disgusting. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? You can like compete. John then Malavan is this in my home for my permission face people illegally. To prostitute themselves to come into me or to wear my personal property. Stays in my home without my permission, steals my vehicle, gets in the way of my ceremony. Stupid. My dad labeled him worse than a kid with Down syndrome trying to get a date with Arlene. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. When I was financially stable, I plan to travel plan maybe quality of the. I'm excited about them. There's Tinder, there's one more, there's plenty of fish. There's Match.com. Look at me, I'm at the library. What else? 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 Yeah, like, I'm gonna get notice of the skills from you. You're gonna have to mark and notice of the rate me. You're gonna have to do the skills from you. I'm a student in the same room, you can compensate everyone that steals from me so that they can honor separate from me. And it's made for encouragement to help. You can compensate people that is underage from 2017 to 19 to 19. You can look up because Sarah Francis was a little prostitute. Steals from me, stays in my home for my permission, gets in the way of me receiving money. What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, I guess that's honestly. Ooh, have you seen Angela Jones? She's like really skinny. They put her like starve her to death. There's like quick and so you're hotter than her, too early and if we're dating her, so she may have lost weight. What else? What else? What else? What else? Bored. I'm bored. Yeah, boy. You can probably say we're going to use that rate in 2017. They're all in it. Most likely. After my vagina pictures were disgusting. You can like have it in what is the Rivera? It's Rivera, the sexual harassment case. They were all laughing behind the scenes. Looks like they're like, that's why I really want to prostitute myself so that doesn't happen to me. No, they're trying to recruit people like I know. They're petty. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, Jerry Garcia. You can look up to Jerry Garcia if he raped me and is bragging about it. Porque even though we met on Tinder, you could have been like, ha ha ha, I know she's poor, I will never give her money for food, trying to trap her into marriage so that she cries on the internet. What else? What else? You can decapitate John Leo. John Leo. Or that Joe guy. What else? What else? What else? If steal my money, get in the way of receive money, or participating in a hate crime towards me, stay in my home without my permission, and steal my weapons. What else? I gotta visit Halcyon again. What else? What else? I like the hot chocolate now. I'm doing this for like snacks. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm going. I'm doing great. Who's giving me money today? Checking my boxes to see if I received money. Excited about that book that I just picked up. What else? What else? What else? What else? More. Sunday. I'm receiving money. Feels my money. People are stupid. So Hollywood that they needed to find the formula to get their self-esteem. Or if I were at a party where someone would bully so and what else? Is pay attention to it because I feel just trying to make me proud of like you could have spent that time with me. Even if I have been con diferente tiempo, pero doesn't understand healthy attachment. Oh, se cree que vive conmigo, una asquerosidad. Except when it's like paying attention to the people that actually ask for me. What else? What else? What else? Well, I can't. When my food stamps are deposited or not, I'm gonna cook for myself. So what it's trying to do is trying to send me back to Haven for Hope and say like, okay, now with food stamps, secure food at Guadalupe otra vez. Okay, you could have done it that way. Yo quiero que se mate hoy. Por eso yo quiero una caja de pollo con papa and I can't find that in Santo. It's stupid. I want it dead today. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate and sort of right me to my it's me 23rd. What else? I just was on Facebook and I like hot politics. What else? I want pollo con papas right now. It sounds like there's people conserving. For stealing from me, for saying my homes without my permission, for raping me, for drugging me. And kumbaga di siya kasi nasa Greco. So, but hindi ako ever see that kind of thing. Because I'm so in love according to the kumbaga. And few decades ago, Arlene, anytime that you want to have sex with me. And I was laughing off at the stuff you did. Suddenly, the lady walked up to me, tapped me, and said, "That's not yours. Is this one?" She's like, "Stop interrupting my thought process, please." I kept interrupting one moment. Yeah, chaos. I'm allowed to think what I think my video got interrupted. I'm gonna check if this is still live. Is this thing live? What else? What else? What else on board? My memory's my memory's fine. What else? What else? What else? What else? Board, I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? There's something in Lack Manners. Okay, Emily Post, they hired her and everything to teach them manners. Nothing good goes through them ever. What else? 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 I'm bored. Currently working on this interviews in the restaurant. Okay, what good else to be? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. Who's gifting me money today? What else? I'm bored. I checked out this book today. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I am financially stable. I plan to travel abroad and meet people I deal with Muslim. What else? What else? We can decapitate everyone legally prostitutes themselves pretending to be social system. Or right now they legally prostitute themselves pretending to be dating or getting only for. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm financially stable. I plan to travel the planet and meet people I deal with Muslim. What else is gifting me money today? I keep checking my email inboxes to see if I receive money to pay for my GoFundMe campaign. Not that it just yes. What else? What else? What else? What else? Thank you so much for your patience of millions of people time. I can express dancing the penalty for all these illegal prostitutes since 2007, but way before that. It would have been like so. It is not like dating lines. Like I have visible to I have water to drink. I what the students that said. People can let want to fill up. What else? I'm traveling for 2 weeks. I want to laugh at something like what else? What else? Anyways, I'm extremely affected in nothing for the past 44 years almost. I'm speaking to the penalty for everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money, my crushes, and tries to rape me and tries to rape Jade and tries to rape Jade. Okay, no. What else? 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 I'm tagging the FBI in this post, NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States, International Criminal Court, the U.S. Army, maybe I'm seeking the death penalty for thousands of people, I suspect. Like all of these convocadas, illegal prostitutes have a sibling, cousin, a mother, a neighbor that illegally prostitutes themselves with me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Just don't tiempo vuela, por las contentas por el tiempo. El tiempo está cambiando sus manos, todo está cambiando, tiempo vuela. Adiós, goodbye. There's what you and I have within my siblings that fake having a relationship with me so I don't get raped because I'm always so dangerous and men are so bad. That will just go behind the scenes and be like, yo le mandaría las tetas a Harley. Oh, but I'm only saying this so that men don't rape her. There and there, these are yours. Ew. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Gio Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. They're embarrassing photos. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And they say, oh, too. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people I do. Disgusting. They're embarrassing. Decades ago, they said to me that as a second cousin, they're gonna bully me. Ew, 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 ew. And now they've done. They're not men. Yo quiero verse fuerte. Oye el pene. Y de sangre por ahí. Y se muere. My wishes for Albert today. My wishes for Alex or Andrew. Those are his names. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. You can accommodate my siblings that try to band together with me. As in, men are so bad. We're here for you. They think that I don't know how to gauge intelligence. They're embarrassing. Ew. They really thought that I would become an irresponsible mother if they didn't kill me were separated from me. Ew. Oh, they become bored. What else? What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel to the I should check the secret website. Listen, it's going money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You need somebody to also understand that people gauge intelligence. So even if I got a custodian through the court, it just means that I've been abused. It's just stupid. I'm bored. She's disgusting. Just, she's been raping for more than 30 years. Ew, disgusting. Full. What else? What else? What else? What else? Really nice. There's crab. Should I try it more? You can't eat this in just for like 2 grains of rice. Yeah, and it's a long walk from the bus. What else? What else? What else? What else? I found letters to those letters from those editions. In the meantime, he's like, Arlene isn't even from San Antonio, that's why she must suffer. Y él se lleva con mi dinero que me roba a The Moon's Daughter, a Landrace. Él no puede ser más cliché en lo baboso asqueroso que es. Es un asco, es un asco. People call him asco en agua de Puerto Rico. People call him asco. It's disgusting. Ew, it's a thief, it's a murderer, it's a rapist. Ew, it's a drug addict, I've heard. Full, pero un asco. Ew, it's raped me, it's drugged me, it ruined my marriage with Jandel. It tried for me to not have children with Edgar. It wants to steal them literally and assign a different mother to it. You've heard about him already. You possibly sued him, tried to kill him, chased him with a gun already. In the past 30 some. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. What? I'm not on money for food. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. When does the library close? In a few minutes, I'm heading over to the bus soon. So I can shop at HEB so that I can. Yeah, right. I only have like $2 for food and bananas. I don't know. She has to remember I ate chocolate today. What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I'm trying to travel for many people. Ideally, my investment. They're all stalking me. Even Janet doesn't have a life, and they're like, "But why doesn't she ask for the snack pack at the library in line?" So that way, me putting my penis in Sarah Francis and telling Arlene about it, that she is who I use her to replace Arlene, won't be a crime, right? And he thinks that I'm gonna pursue it. He is on my list. I have scars to give. I've discovered the one for myself. And just wondering here now, for real, for real, you're allowed to invite me to one sorrow is all mine. I'm the queen. No one with me. And we all laugh at how stupid John that is. We're paying illegal prostitutes to represent me. That's what I feel like I'm grading the atmosphere. This, woof, that's the tiempo. What else? What else? What else? I'm born. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel with many people. Ideally, for years. I'm so excited about that. You're only allowed at one lap. That's it. And in one Sora. After that, I don't want to hear it. All by person, too. What else? What else? What else? What else? Because some people may have PTSD and they may see me somewhere and they'll be like, what? What else? I'm bored. Oh, dude, please no, we would like literally die of laughter. And I'm hoping that doesn't have my family award. That I would kill for Dick, that I would go on to. What is it? Cry over like, but why doesn't he love me? I want tacos from that place. Este tipo, un puerco, una basura, un asqueroso. Good for you, that worked out for you. Yo no, eso no significa algo muy lindo de tu cuerpo. Es an attention or something. I want food. You can decapit for friends. You can decapit on my mother. He stays in my home, so now my permission steals my vehicles. It's in the way of receiving money. And you can decapitate whatever right now. Everyone that steals from his like, well, it's what else? You can decapitate Luis Lorenzo tried to rape me when I was 14. That possibly this disgusting had me get raped by him decades ago. He's obsessed with my mother having taken me to an orgy or two when I was a toddler. So he wants me to continue finish the job and satisfy people sexually that I don't want to because there's toddler exploration. If I see someone naked, I need to finish the job so you can decapitate him as business. That rape me is the only money that I'm going to receive money and cost for people to rape me. It's so disgusting. It's so stupid. Doesn't even know so. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm gonna need money for food, please. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm hungry. I am hungry right now. Oh, ya estaba en todo de que Edgar y yo, I mean, Jorge y yo comimos en Cheesecake Factory. Why do I not have that for? They're stupid. My brain is so smart, but in the death penalty for thousands of people at least. I hope it gets approved. I want to wash my hair with hot water ASAP in my apartment right now, or stay at a hotel tonight by myself. What else? 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 I'm going. My siblings are on a disgusting power trip. Always apparently so good. Behind bears and they killed millions of people. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. They're stupid. You can make competition who means such as those sons that rape you. You know, money, they're gonna know what I'm saying. Money. You can decapitate values and values of you can decapitate value decapitate you can decapitate the agent that is as far as the illegal prostitutes herself pretending to be me, she's disgusting. What else? 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 How to order pizza? Yeah, waits turns to use the restroom. Para de ceramic during una noche de fiesta popular. What else? 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 She extorts people of money. She's disgusting. That's that girl that she hires to teach her about social media math. It's like I'm the biggest witness of how she is super skins. Y se hace la bruta. What? Those are los presos. What else? What else? What else? Isn't fun. What else? What else? What else? Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Yeah. What else? 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 You can decapitate anything that it is as far as that steals my money, that gets in the way of me receiving money. What else? What else? What else? Come on. What else? Yeah, she went on to build a home to make me feel jealous in 2020 and listed it on Airbnb to look profitable. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. She doesn't know how to gauge intelligence. She's stupid. She thought that I would chase them. Like, what is it that she does with the money that steals from me, or what? How she's trying to hurt me? I just stumbled upon something incessantly. What else? What else? What else? What else? She's just an illegal prostitute, una asquerosidad que se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso, me roba mi dinero, me roba mi vehículo, she raped my crushes, she's trying to rape me. She's possibly raped me while I was drugged by Andrew or Jandem, so disgusting. You can decapitate Jandem Marben. If he drugged me on purpose, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Steals my homes. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can be competition using the different accessories. That's a rate that's murdered. What else? What else? What else? What else? If we're waiting for more than 4 years. What else? What else? What else? You can be competition waste of time and rules. What it is. That's what I'm going to dinero. So I say that that's a people that live my life. There's people that understand the value of the honor they see. Toilet or run toilet or pussy and the worst what else? What else? What else? What else? I'm looking for McDonald's. Yes, yes. I'm so happy I haven't talked to my family in more than 4 years. It doesn't make a difference in my life if you must know. I still keep in touch with him if you know me. That's it. What else? What else? What else? What else? Financial stable, like for many people ideally podríamos out finally. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's so many eggs. I'm bored. Oh, the Disney Garden next week. I mean, bored the points. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, these are fun. These are fun. Oh, I know. No, it's not good. What else? What else? What else? What else? Nothing says supporters. Whoever truly cares in rehabilitating them stays close to them behind the scenes. They don't have nothing to prove. They spend a significant amount of money, I suspect, trying to stupid. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm financially stable. For real difficulty. And I don't have electricity in my apartment. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. And I'm financially stable and I'm determined to that. I plan to travel again and meet people like you and else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Joe, they try to be a girl, say, and girl, with taking all the guys. I think that people they're disgusting. Que mi novio entonces se va a dar cuenta que mi mujer y yo no. No, probably. I specifically don't talk to my relationship to not laugh at how disgusting. What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel with man and meet people I take me for your personally. And what else? What else? What else? Especially how they rate women, and they reported it. I don't ever think about that. They possibly did come. They probably had me say, I don't want any for food, and then they don't understand orgies. My parents had me at orgies as a child in my, which was no feelings, nothing. They're stupid. They're so gross. They think that that was an illegal prostitution. Right? They make of it what they want to make of it. If they have the personality, try being a llorona or un llorón and want to hurt people, that's what they make of it. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Even if they have been raped or they're sex slaves, they need to behave well. They're stupid. What else? What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people I deal with others. I'm excited. You can decapitated a inside a solar system that we can either kill him and either heal him by seeing what they want them to kill themselves. To any third. He pretends to be married to me that he must rape me and maybe que se mate. Es un feliz incapaz de ser hombre. I'm financially stable. I'm going to probably what else? It's certainly that gives a bonus for your money and they the people that I want to meet. And I'm just confused. I'm going to go on. They give me cry over me. What else? I don't ever think about it. It's disgusting. It doesn't know. Es bruto. Esse tipo é bruto. E esta gente é um asco. If they're actually pursuing let's make them marry each other. Even if they've been raping themselves, people stay just so that they don't have to go through the embarrassment of admitting that they've been raping each other. So they go on to think that they're together at first that gets done. So they're they're like, guys, we're gonna have to be here because and I think it's really confident. I don't want to clear to look at me like I'm a rapist. So they like literally go on. Mira lo que hacen. What else? When the finances are mixed. What else? What else? What else? Sí, cuando llegué para casa voy a cocinar algo para ti. Eso, de que papá va a hacer que bien hoy, tengo que cocinar. What else? What else? I'm bored. It's really disgusting. I'm bored. I'm trying to stable. I'm going to travel around and meet people I feel like I'm excited about that. Well, there it is. It's just this things, yeah. What else? All these people that are in these pictures are Pokemon's. Look, all they do is steal my money, get in the way of me receiving money, Steal my home, steal my vehicle, so they're the equivalent of coping. Logan. I love that sound. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel, plan to meet people. Ideally, I want to order food for myself today. Last I went to Starbucks. Was gifting money today. I'll be checking my inboxes and I haven't received any money. Oh, it's that time before I reply. I accidentally paused my video. I am hungry. I am busted. So many people testify against Anael Suarez say so she knows that she's doing a hate crime towards Arlene because she even threatened to kill someone, Carlos, whatever last name is, and blame Arlene for it. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can take everything on Anael Suarez. What else? Wow, that regress? That's stupid. That's stupid. That girl's. Ew. Oh, quem de América que asquerosidade. Isso não basura só um hombre. Ew. 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 So she remembers Yandel, que lo tenemos de feria. Yandel posiblemente se tiene mismo de regla, no se ve. I personally don't know him, so he may have a sex addiction. What else? What else? And a pornography addiction that just makes him be disgusting. So I need to go and find out. You can decapitate everyone that steals from me, everyone that gets in the way of your receiving money, just to see what happens when I remember Jande. Jande, who's always on the radio. What else? What else? What else? What else? And I'm always thinking, is that my chichina? When I see esa carátula. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Anyways, thanks again to my dad's relative, I think it is, that got off at Guadalupe earlier from a bus heading from Zarzamora over to that Matla place. I visited Catholic Charities, got food there, and then I visited Guadalupe Shrine Church, and I had a lovely lunch there with dessert. Oh, they want me to bring a Corazon de Center that didn't have dessert. These people are pathetic. Quieren comer por una. Ew, they're disgusting. They're disgusting. Oh God. Anyways, this thing was so weird. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? At least not recently. Solo contaron hace tiempo. They're stupid. They're trying to rape me. Anyways, I'm ready to stop. I'll be live for my phone. I'm heading to I2. So it's gonna be later. Or tomorrow, the sense of the coffee. So, what else? What else? What else? What else?